What's up YouTube? For today's video, we have a Trevenant sweep level 1. Now Trevenant is a really cool Pokemon because when you trade it right, it evolves, and that still means it actually retains its level 1 status. So that means we could do a level 1 Trevenant sweep. Now in my Stone Journal video about a week ago, you people expressed a lot of interest to me saying you'd like to see some undercover PIMPNITE videos again. And I thought, you know what? I'll give it to you and see if you enjoy some more of them. So what happens, right, is I go into a random Discord server under an anonymous name. So the name I'm going to be using in this video is Trevenant. So that's going to be me, right? So if you see any comments by that, that is me. So what I do, right, is I sort of act like I don't know anything about Pokemon or very little, usually to try and bait out overconfident players to think they can get an easy win, or just bait out some really funny reactions. Obviously, it's all in the good spirit of entertainment purposes. I did actually do a lot of editing as well, actually adding the play-by-play of what the opponent thought of each turn. And if you like that sort of thing, please let me know in the comment section. This took a fair lot of work. And also, if you really enjoyed, that like button is there. I'd appreciate it if you could hit it. So it all started out pretty tame. My opponent wanted to get a shiny Pokemon, and I said, you know what, we should have a battle and the winner gets a shiny, which is pretty cool, right? So obviously we agreed on that one. I kind of asked them, do I get a shiny if I win as well? And they were like, yes, you can, but you have to win, which won't happen. I said, oh, here we go again, people. So that was pretty funny. So we had the Legends of Band, and I also said, oh no, I've only got like a couple of level 100 Pokemon. And then they're like, too bad you promised, if you disconnect, I win the shiny. And then I was like, oh man, here we go. Here we go. So obviously I wanted a level 100 paddle, right? Because I wanted to use my no restrictions team, which had a level 1. But I didn't think like they'd react like that. I sort of wanted to make them feel like confident, right? That I sort of like brought the wrong team. But I didn't think I'd get that type of reaction. So in this bit here, I actually set up a couple of traps on the field, which was quite handy for my team. But this was the most important bit. So Carbink is actually not in this game, so that gets Sturdy and Skill Swap. That's the only Pokemon that does. So I needed something to actually replace that. And I come up with this pretty cool strategy with Runerigus and Wandering Spirit and physical contacting moves and my Roggenrola or my Roggentroller. So what I did here is I gave the Bishop the Sturdy ability and took myself out before the Wandering Spirit could be taken back to it. And man, this video was crazy. Enjoy, it was so funny. Alright, computer whiz, make sure you've liked, comment, subscribe again, and favorited this video, because you said I wasn't going to put this up. You might get your shiny Trevenant one day, my man. Alright, let's have a look at this team. So while I was editing that video though, I was laughing so hard, like every single time I had to play back to edit. Oh, just pure gold. Like, some things are just pure gold content. Alright, so the hardest bit about this video, other than sweeping with the Trevenant, right, was getting the sturdy ability to Trevenant, because it's actually fairly difficult. So what Wandering Spirit does, it's sort of like the mummy ability. It sort of like goes back and forth. So the trick was getting the opponent Wandering Spirit, and then swapping my Rock and Roller in and getting sturdy onto the opponent, and then taking myself out under Trick Room before the Wandering Spirit would go back. So I had moves like Double Edge, sorry, not Double Edge, Takedown, and I also had Life Orb on there as well in case there were a ghost. I also had Body Press on there instead of Headbutt. I don't know what that's there for. But yeah, that's pretty much the cold crux of my strategy, and pretty much just Leech Seed and Pain Spit all the opponents away. I had Magic Coat to get around status, and I had Skill Swap, obviously, to skill swap the sturdy ability. Now, this has a lot of counters still. I'm definitely not saying this was flawless, but it worked very, very well. I cannot believe that. I got very lucky in one situation there, right? Especially one. Against the G-Max Toxicity, I could have been poisoned there instead of paralyzed. Like, that was very lucky. I'm gonna admit that, be the first person to admit that, right? But man, I got through it and I got paralyzed. And speaking of paralyzed, I got paralyzed, what, 5 or 6 times in a row. I don't think that what they were saying, like they had like software or something, I don't think that was it. I think they were just BSing, but man, that's a lot of time paralyzed in a row. That was absolutely insane. Anyway, people, once again, if you enjoyed this video, please drop a like on it and a comment. Maybe you want to see this again. Let me know in the comment section. This was a very, very funny video to make, and even a more satisfying video to do. All right, people, I'll catch you next time. Peace out.